What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel and another deck review. I'm really excited about this one. Today we're going to be looking at the Mono X by Luke Wadey. This is his first mono deck. This is also my first Luke Wadey deck to unbox, I believe. Yeah. I actually have not handled or seen these cards yet. I own a large majority of Luke Wadey's decks, such as all of the monos that are out right now in Grid 1 and 2. But this will be the first time I unbox one of those decks and handle them and actually look at these cards. Recently contributed to his Kickstarter for his 4th edition of the monos. And I'm looking forward to those. Looking forward to what these guys look like. I've heard great things about it. So let's go ahead and sit down and take a look at them. Alrighty, guys, let's get right into the review of the Mono X deck by Luke Wadey. So I believe this deck came out in 2018. It is printed by the, let's see here, United States Playing Card Company. So, alrighty, I'll be able to tell a little bit more what stock or what and finish it is once we open it up. But let's go ahead and unwrap it. This, I'm really kind of excited a little bit here because I've been saving this deck to unbox specifically for a review. I've been wanting to open it for a while, but I've been holding off, and then I got caught up doing other reviews. So now we're going to sit down and take a look at this. So this is what the front looks like. We have the Mono X, and then this nice, like, sort of gridded pattern here, which is pretty neat. That makes an X. And then the side here says Mono X, designed by Luke Wadey, manufactured by the United States Playing Card Company. It says the same thing on the other side here. And then we have his logo as well. The top's got his logo, and then the X. Back looks exactly the same, has the design by Luke Wadey on it, manufactured by the United States Playing Card Company. And then the bottom says manufactured by the United States Playing Card Company again. It's got their address, or their, not their full address, of course, but you know, the Kentucky, Erlanger, Kentucky. And then a little recyclable logo on there. Let me see if we're, yeah, there we go. So, fair box, like the way it looks. I like that it's got its own little custom seal on it, which is awesome. I always like that if you have a custom seal or no seal at all. Which most decks, if they use a seal, it'll have a custom seal on it. Make sure I can get this just perfect. Don't want to, I've butchered doing this in the past and end up ripping the box. And the box, by the way, is its standard, you know, gloss finish like any other card box. I'm going to go ahead and place these to the side. Nothing printed on the inside. It's a very standard printed box, like any other card box would be printed. You know, it's stocky. I like it when it's not like so flimsy, like it's printed on the cheapest paper you can get. So, fair box. Alrighty. Set that aside. So here we go. Go ahead and take a look at what we have here. Got the Jokers, which says Joker in the pattern of an axe, which is really cool. Let me turn this around here. So we got Jokers. Get 2 Jokers here. And then we're going to go right into the Ace of Spades. Oh, so yeah, 2018. Pretty cool. Nice gridded Ace of Spades here. Even the indexes are not like the standard print that the USPCC uses. I love that. Wow, these are neat. I like how the pips, as well as like, this is really neat. This is a neat design. This is definitely something different. For me personally, I haven't seen a deck that looks this way. I really like the lines going here. And the fact that the pip is half solid and half gridded like this, that's really, really neat. So we'll go ahead and go through. And then we have the standard faces for the court cards. However, it does this like half print again, which is so neat. That was such a great idea. Like everything about it is half except for the face. I guess they must have they had to have tried it out on the face, and I guess it just didn't look as good as they had hoped it would. But yeah, this is really neat. Look at that. And then we get into the diamonds, which would be represented by red in a standard deck. This is represented by gray, which works perfectly. Nice. Oh, and oh, that's cool. I wonder if it's going to multiply as we go through. So with the spade, you have the line, which only has one line going off of it. And then we got into the diamonds, which has two. So I wonder as we when we get to the clubs next, if it's going to be three. So here's the court cards for the diamonds. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And then we get into the club, which it does. It has three lines going through it. That's really, really cool. I like that. So let's go through all of these. Nice half designs as well on all the pips. Very, very cool. Alrighty, and then we have the Suicide King, which everything except for the hands and the face again are halved. And then we have four lines going off to the side. That's neat. I really like that. It also, you know, does it in the order of how a deck should standardly be stacked. So that is really cool. Let me see. I was just curious if even these lines were different or not. They are to a point. Like with these, the pips are the pip is split on the left side, while with the club it's split on the right. Let me see what it alternates. Okay, so the black cards are split on the right side and the red cards are split on the left. That's pretty cool. I like that. That's the kind of like detail that like is really neat that he paid attention to, because like, and I got to keep that in mind, because if I was creating this deck, I would have easily split them all on the same side. I wouldn't have even thought about splitting it on the opposite side when it came to the red, what would standardly be the red pips. That's a really, really good eye for detail. Nice. And then we get into the, what would be the, that's what I hate. My hand gets really hot, I guess, when I'm performing, and it starts to bow the bottom card. Look at that. Like the deck's been in my hand for like maybe a couple of minutes and I already started bowing the card. It's not the deck's fault. It's just what, I don't know. My hand gets clammy for some reason. But you get an ad card here, which has all of his information on it for Facebook, Instagram, and then a thank you for supporting the deck. Designed by Luke Wadey. Really cool little ad card. And then, yes, a double backer. Love getting a double backer. So let's go ahead and take a look at the back design, which looks like so. You get this nice lined back, which is split perfectly enough that, and like, that you can see the X on it. I love that. And I love how it goes from light, like, kind of faded, and it gets darker and darker, and then it's just solid in the center. It is a two-way design, which is always a plus. I've always said, like, I don't know if I've said it in a review, but I feel like it's very, very ballsy to do a one-way design. I think even like very established card designers and people that produce cards are even slightly afraid to do it, because I feel like it's a hard thing to do. But I don't want to go into a discussion about one way or two way. If you want to hear my thoughts on that, leave a comment below saying that you'd like to hear me chat about that, or hit me up on Instagram. We can talk about it, what my opinions are of one-way and two-way designs. But simplified, I'm in love with two-way designs every time. So that's really cool. Very nice. It's like one of these things where it's a very intricate design, in my opinion. However, it's simple at the same time, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want, like, this isn't a minimalistic design by any means, but for some reason, the way it's presented and how it looks, it just gives that vibe to me of being a simple design. I love that. I love the way this looks. I can't wait to see the, which is a little bit different. It's a mono deck, but it's not an X. The new one that we just funded on Kickstarter is completely, it has the grid pattern like this, but it's a different shape. I'm really interested to see that one in real life. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna just, the other thing I noticed when I was going through the deck is because these, not only does the back design come to the very edge, that's the other thing I just realized, only a couple of these lines come to the very edge of the card. So it's like, it's got a border, but at the same time, it's got a little bit of like no border, which is really neat, which is reflected on the sides. But the other thing too is, since this goes all the way to the border, you can see this on the sides as well. And you can, oh, that's pretty cool. So you can know the location. Well, I don't know if that would really work perfectly, but I'm gonna see if I can pick this up on camera, which I think I can. You can actually see, as the deck is stacked, you can see 1, 2, 3, and then 4 at the bottom, which represents the hearts, the clubs, diamonds. So you can see exactly where they are within the deck. That's really cool. I like that. I'm gonna give the deck a couple of shuffles. Let me go ahead and take the ad card and the double backer out. What is the, oh, and then the Joker, now that I'm like, gotta go back, the Joker is solid. It's a big, like, it's all 4 lines, but it's all solid. That's pretty cool. So I'm gonna give this a couple of shuffles. It's definitely on a crushed stock. It's not just the standard bicycle stock, which I always love. It's not a negative to me if somebody prints their deck on a standard stock. It's always just kind of a neutral. I don't hate standard stock decks, but it is a plus for me if you do print it on a crushed stock. I just like the way it feels when it's on crushed. So I'm gonna give it a couple of more shuffles. Or we'll just give it one more and let's see how that changed. It you can still kind of see, it's a lot tougher now, but you can still kind of see where they are. Some are a little bit more clearer than others. As you can see, it does get a little bit more convoluted once you shuffle the deck, of course. But that's still pretty cool. I think that's awesome. Handling, like, very pretty fan. Look at that. You got the nut. Okay, so now there we go. Got these nice bands that go around the entire deck when you fan it out. Look at that. It handles very good. Wow. I decided I'm gonna do, when I review the decks, I'm gonna do the handling, what I think of the handling, as well as what the deck looks like right here, because I'm already here. I might as well do that. It feels good. Feels just like a deck, like a very good deck should feel. It shuffles well. It's smooth. Let's go ahead and give it a nice spread. And it's very different. I love the way, look at that. That's pretty neat there. Isn't that cool? That's pretty cool. I like that. It's just like, even though it's not a continuous, like, it's different, but it looks really neat. And that's awesome. So we'll go ahead and give it a couple more shuffles. Like I said, this is, feels good. Whoa, I'm losing cards. I give it the butter stamp of approval for feeling like butter. Very beautiful fans. No real, nothing really like, it's smooth all the way around. Sometimes I'll take a fresh deck out and I'll give it a fan and it'll be a little choppy, but this one right out of the box fans perfectly. It feels good. Like, definitely if you're a cardist, you'll be able to do all kinds of stuff with this deck. Like I said, I'm predominantly a magician, so doing magic with this deck would be pretty cool. Let's see here. Yeah, so it's it works perfectly. It feels good. I think it's a really neat design. I love the absence of color in it. It does absence of color very good. So it's not like you're getting a black and white deck and you're just like, I don't really know about that. It it really is a very well-designed deck. It's got great presentation. I enjoy it already. I can't wait to practice with it and then see what kind of effects I can pull off with the theme of this deck. You know, when I kind of brainstorm it, it is very cool. It comes with a double backer. I'm always excited about double backers, like I said. If you want me to go into detail about why I like double backers, because I've seen people talk about the double backers, like, why do I need this for? There is so much to do with a double backer. And if you want to hear my thoughts on it, again, leave a comment, tell me on Instagram, and I'll look at making a video. I thought it was raining just now. So yeah, handling is good. Presentation is good. It's a very fine looking deck. I like the feel. Like I said, I haven't rated a deck since my first review. I'm still not going to rate a deck. But we'll talk a little bit more about my closing notes. In the closing notes, we'll talk a little bit about my final thoughts and what I think. But other than that, that is the Mono X deck by Luke Wadey. So let's get into some closing notes. Alrighty, guys. So closing notes on the Mono X deck. I'm just going to kind of fiddle with it while I talk. I definitely would say to purchase one of these decks. It's definitely something different than what's out there. At least for me personally, I haven't really seen a deck that I don't get a vibe off the top of my head. Out of every deck that I own, I don't look at this deck and get a vibe of I feel like this deck doesn't remind me of another deck. To me, this is a one-of-a-kind deck. I've had some decks that I've unboxed and messed around with where I'm like, this reminds me of this or whatever. This is a deck that doesn't remind me of anything. It is its own thing. They're still out there, even though this is the first mono deck. Is this the first one? I believe this is the first one. This was, it's not rare. It's not like you're gonna have to spend $30 to get to get your hands on this. I would say a fair price based on how many of them are out there I would say a fair price would be maybe $10 to $12. I actually got mine from SoCal Playing Cards for $8 a deck. He had a flash sale on a brick of these. He was selling each one for $8, so I picked up a couple from him before they sold out. But they're still out there. I think hocuspocus.com still has them listed on their site for less than $10, and it's just it's definitely not a deck that is by any means rare and overpriced. You can definitely find it for a very reasonable price somewhere out there. But yeah, this was these, and then he came out with these two later on, which is a red and blue version, which I don't know if I'll necessarily do a review on these two because they're essentially the same deck as part of the same set. But yeah, I just wanted to definitely review this. Definitely get your hands on it. I would say it's a fine addition to your collection, as well as if you're a cardist or a magician, you're definitely going to get some good use out of this. So great job to Luke Wadey. You did a wonderful job on this deck. I can't wait to see the new one, the monochrome edition, or chroma, excuse me, when it comes out. It's a purple one, which is a really good color. I don't have a lot of purple in my collection. I don't think I have any purple, actually. Oh, I have purple monarchs, and I got blackberries. But yeah, so great job. Overall, great job. It rendered me speechless there for a second. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the review. I hope you enjoyed seeing this deck. I'm gonna go practice or fiddle around with it a little bit. Please follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. I'll put the link in the description below. I'll put the link to Luke Wadey's Instagram page, as well as I'll do a quick search and see if I can find any shops that definitely have them in stock. And if I do, I'll put links in the description as well, so you can go pick yourself up a deck of these. Other than that, please subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Like, comment. Hit me up on Instagram if you have any questions about decks, Magic. I've done it for a long time, and I don't want to say that I'm like an expert by any means. There's a lot of things I can't do, but I can talk to it. I can speak to it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will catch you in the next one. I have no idea what I'm going to review next. Like I said, this one was always one that was planned, but I'm not 100% sure what I want to review next. I might do the Carvers, because I recently got in another deck of Carvers, so I might do that. I might review the Carvers next. No promises though. Something else could come up that I decide to review. Overall, I'll catch you guys in the next video. See you later.